Good afternoon, everybody. This is Vinny Milady with Milady Law, the strongest name in law, and the day now is Monday, October 10th, 2021. This is a quick video just to give you a quick brief, little legal quick tips. Today's topic is going to be e-commerce. The firm specializes in employment law, it specializes in intellectual property, and it also specializes in e-commerce and general online businesses and discussions, transactional work, going back and forth. So, just to get started, click that subscribe button below. Go to the website, sign up to our mailing list, www.miladylaw.com, www.miladylaw.com. Stay in the know, stay up to date with everything and all the information out and the content we send out. And without further ado, let's get down into it. This is a situation I just want to touch very briefly. It'll be a short video. I know short videos are tough for me. I'm trying to keep this under 5 minutes. But long story short, see what you see big in e-commerce, especially now, you're having a lot of problems with customs, right? So customs, you're having a lot of issues. Things aren't getting throughout the border. Things aren't coming across. Things are going into the ports, and they're just kind of like sitting in the ports, and no one knows what to do because, you get some, you'll get your packages come from wherever you're delivering, you're importing, exporting, whatever the case is, and they just sit there forever, right? So like you have clients that have expectations, customs have expectations. They like to get their product sometime between now and then, right? And it goes to the port, it just dies. So, this conversation here is just basically just giving you a heads up on how to kind of like the best you could do to avoid that, what you could do, what you could expect. Sometimes you get a lot of those scary letters. You may get them from FedEx, DHL, UPS. You may get them from customs, that your package is delayed or seized or whatever. Well, seizure is a little bit differently, but a lot of delays, like you get those unusual letter, you get those letters that say, okay, well, your your delivery couldn't be completed because it was delayed at port. Customs delay. So what does that mean, right? Okay, so just so you know, you'll get it. What'll happen is the package will go to the port or come into the port, go to whatever. It'll be inspected at the port. A lot of times, it's like a process, right? It has to go through. There's something called I have it written down somewhere here because I always forget what the letters stand for with the acronym. But okay, so it's called the NTS, the acronym. This is called the HTS, the Harmonized Tariff Schedule. That's another big thing. It's like this uniform set of rules. There's another big thing in terms of how things are getting shipped. There's 11 categories, but we'll go through it real quickly. But for the most part, here's the most common reasons why you're getting stuck at the border, why you're getting stuck at the ports for customs, and why you can't get your stuff through. One, you may have a lack of your required shipping documents. They may not be a proper bill of lading. They may not be, the documentation may have a problem, whatever the case is. You might be missing certain documentation. So that's the first part, right? The second part is you might have the incomplete shipper and the consignee information. The shipper is the company who's shipping it. The consignee is going to be the one that's going to receive it on that end. If that information is incorrect, they're just going to leave it in the port for delays. You may have a lack of description of the product. So if you try to be slick, and let's say you try to send something that's like improper into a country, and then you'll just write something on the bill of lading like car goods, that's not going to go. That's not going to fly. Like they're not going to hear that, and you're going to be delayed on that. Let's say you have they call this the lack of the client master file. So you have every file. So for every carrier that goes through customs, they have their master files, whether it be like DHL, FedEx, UPS, where you see your POAs, your power of attorneys, you see your bond information, all that stuff. All these items are on their records, and if they're missing documentation, that's another reason for delay. So always have your power of attorneys up to date. Always have your bond information up to date. Always have your insurance information up to date, etc. The shipping company is not using any logos or has like a very discreet, kind of like a very discreet brand, very discreet company. That's no good. That causes delays. Customs wants to know who you are. They want to see familiar faces. They want to see familiar companies. A big issue is what they call incoterms. Not having proper incoterms on the bill of lading or like on the record. So these incoterms are it's like a set of like 11. Yeah, it's 11 like internationally recognized rules. It defines responsibilities of sellers and buyers. You have all probably heard FOB, CIF. FOB is freight on board. CIF is cost, insurance, and freight. These are the terms, these are certain codes. There's 11 codes that are used to determine who pays the risk of insurance, who takes on the risk of the delivery, the risk of insurance, the cost associated, whatever the case is. These are predefined terms. This makes the job easy for everybody at customs because they're like, okay, oh, it goes through, all right, documentation matches, okay, boom, done. You know, so that's very important. There are like 11 internationally recognized terms. You can, you know, again, it's things like DAP, DDF, CIF, FOB, and these define who's responsible for what at what point during the process. Very important to have those on. If you don't have those on, you get frozen again. So that was number 6. Number 7 is having an incorrect country code. Incorrect currency code. It happens. You know, I mean, with all the different countries in the world, all the different currencies back and forth, I mean, it happens. Incorrect codes. Just be clear. Not filling out whether, believe it or not, another stupid thing is not filling out whether it's an import or export. It seems pretty obvious, right? But the Customs Border Patrol, they're not into planning the obvious, like they don't care, they're machines. So if you don't write clearly that this is going to be exported or imported, whatever the case is, if you don't check the right box, you're getting stuck. Yes, it's stupid. Yes, it should be very, you know, clear on its face, but whatever, it never is, right? The missing, then you got another one. It's the incorrect country of origin. Again, it happens. These things get numbers and codes. People make mistakes all the time. Sometimes if you have an incorrect country of origin, if it comes from China, if it comes Abu Dhabi, or whatever it comes from, if you don't write that correctly, you're getting stuck. Missing broker information. That's also key. If you don't have the proper broker information, you're getting stuck. So, you know, the by broker we mean freight broker. So if you don't have the proper freight broker information, you're getting stuck there. And then the final idea is we have, like I mentioned in the first place, I mentioned the first time, there was one that was, I forgot the acronym. It was the HTF, the Harmonized Tariff Schedule, right? So this is the primary source which classifies goods imported and exported from the country. It's used by basically everywhere in the world, similar to those incoterms, where it's kind of like this harmonized, this unified system. Basically, the whole world uses it and understands it. Essentially, this is like this international system in which it identifies taxes and tariffs from country to country to country. Again, everybody in the world uses it. It's familiar. It's called the Harmonized Tariff Schedule. It's similar to incoterms in terms of how everybody uses it uniformly. So you want to get all that data information. You want to go like a data correct, because if you have any discrepancies in this data, you're gonna wind up having a problem. Okay, so now if any of these items, what do you got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. If any of these 11 items, look at 11. This is like the incoterms, 11. If any of these 11 items have any problems, you're going to get delayed at the border. Customs is extremely picky. Customs wants to keep everything standardized and wants everything to just flow through. They don't want to do any thinking, any work whatsoever, and that's really all there is to it. There's nothing out. There's nothing more, nothing less. When you get a letter that says, when you get a big scary letter with a lot of legal documentation that has a lot of big words you're probably not familiar with from any of the carriers, it's likely just that, hey, customs has taken customs is delayed, has rejected transport, has rejected shipping, or customs is holding it for now, verifying, or whatever the case is. But I mean, that's really just where it is. The customs delays. There's nothing. I wouldn't be nervous by it. It wouldn't freak me out if I was a shipper. If I was an e-commerce company, it really wouldn't. You just got to make sure that all the documentation is proper. You got to make sure that all the information is proper. People make mistakes all the time. You know, whatever. If there was a missed shipment or whatever the case is, what will wind up happening is likely your shipment will be stopped at the border, probably sit there for a little bit, or your carrier probably has like a place within the location near there for storage areas that hold the products there for a couple days until you cure whatever the issues are. Cures are just generally, you know, going back to the company, getting the information you need and coming back, and then just filling out whatever forms you need for your carrier to complete the process. Again, it's less scary than when it looks. They use a lot of big legal terms. They cite to a lot of statutory language. I mean, you know, this is all whatever. This is all attorney stuff. So, but for no reason. It makes them, I don't know, maybe it makes them feel smart and special, but it really shouldn't. So, not that scary. If you get a letter in the mail that says customs delays, just think rationally for a second why it could come up, and just inquire about it. Go to your carrier, go to your shipping company, say, hey, listen, why did this happen? What are your thoughts? And then that's all there is to it. You can usually cure this in a day or two. It can be cured by email. It's not a big deal. But that's where we are here. So, I mean, I never said the title of this video was called Understanding Customs Delays and Customs Notifications. Understanding Customs Delays and Customs Notifications. Okay, everybody, so this is Vinny Maletti with Maletti Law. I am signing out. Thank you. This was supposed to be a 5-minute video. It is 10 minutes. I apologize. I talk a lot, but I want to make sure all you guys and gals know what's going on, and you guys and gals are all in the know. And we don't play games here. We drop out these knowledge bombs of content routinely, daily. So if you have not clicked that subscribe button by now, which you should have at the beginning of the video, if you haven't, click it now. If not, just at least go to the website www.malettilaw.com, www.malettilaw.com. Sign up for the newsletter, get in the know. Yours and Law's love and lifts. Live unusually motivated, and let's go. Have a beautiful day.